guys, my name is Stefania. Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to do a first impressions of the Kylie Cosmetics Eyeshadow Summer Palette. It doesn't have a name, it's just called the Summer Palette. So this was 44 bucks. We are just going to do a first impressions, see how it works. You guys will see my first impressions, how it blended, what I think, you know. Is it worth it? Is it not worth it? This is my first Kylie purchase, so we will see. But I am very, very excited about these, and packaging I like it a lot. So I got this, I got some liquid lipstick. I keep saying that, but no, I did not. I got the bullet lipstick in Miami. So I will be doing a first impressions of this, a demo, and then we will talk about what I think about it, swatches, all the good stuff. So hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload, and please subscribe, hit the button, please. You know, I'm doing this review for you guys, so hit the button, and and let's go ahead and get in the video. I do upload at least 3 to 4 times a week, so there is that. You'll see a lot of me. I'll be around. But yeah, I'll shut up now. Let's get into the video. Okay, so I did want to talk a little bit about the palette. It was $44. It comes in this yellow box unicarton, and I think I got it less than a week, so the shipping was not bad at all. I live in Arizona. The only thing is, you see this really cute packaging, and then you open up the palette, and it doesn't really match the palette in any way. Like, there is no yellow in the palette, and there's no purple in the palette, so I have no idea why she chose this packaging for this palette, but she did. So good thing is if you do keep unicartons, you'll be able to find it, because it's super bright and yellow, and it's really cute. It's got bananas on the inside, but it has nothing to do with what's going on in here. So again, it's got the Kylie on the back. At least this one's orange, and there's oranges in the palette. But these are the shades you get. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14 shades. So we will swatch them together. I'm not going to read. I'm just going to go in this order in a row, because the palette names are on the back, so I just feel like I'm gonna just fuck it up, you know. So first shade of the palette, right there. Second shade. This is probably one of my favorites out of the entire palette. You got like a burnt orangey type shade. I mean, the one thing you can't complain about is pigments. I mean, they're there. I don't feel like you're not getting pigment on these. My swatches are horrible, guys. I'm just gonna do them with my middle finger. I think they'll be a little cleaner. You got that really pretty. So you have a lot of like bronze type shades in here. Now we're moving on to that second row. All right, you have this matte, like peachy, like, I mean, like a setting the lid type shade. You're not gonna really do much with that other than set the lid. And on my skin tone, I think it'll be okay. It's not like too white, and it's like a cream. So this is like just a light brown taupey shade. This is why I usually take a picture of the swatches and not do them in the video, because my swatches are just, they're awful, you know? But you can see them. So you do have a lot of browns. I would say though, like the browns are definitely different. They're not the same shade of brown. So that's good. Let's go over this metallic one more time, because I was talking. There we go. And then this one reminds me a lot of like Anastasia, like almost like a sienna type shade. And then you go into the darker ones. So you have like a maroon. Let's see how this black swatches. And then you have a nice black. So those are all the shades. I would say they are definitely similar toned, but they're not, nothing was like the exact same shade. So those are the swatches. Let's go ahead and get into the eyeballs. So I'm just going to point to the shades because it comes with this thingy in it. But then the shade names are on the back. So this is what you get, and there's no way I'm gonna figure this whole thing out. I don't think that's a bad thing about any palette. Honestly, it's annoying because you're doing videos, but for the normal public, it's like, I mean, I am the normal public, but you know what I mean? Like, unless you're doing YouTube videos, it really doesn't matter what the shade names is. It's not like I'm ever like, I want to, like, I don't remember any shade names in any palettes, so whatever. Okay, let's go ahead and get it. Ooh, I don't even know what I'm going to do. I want to use this orange so badly, but I know that a lot of people already have, or at least like the first few tutorials that came out, it was all using that orange shade. So I won't do that. Maybe I'll do it on the lower lash line. We figure it out as we go. Okay, so we're gonna go in with this third brown shade. It's my first time using this palette, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. I did prime my eyes using the paint pot, not paint pot. I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills concealer. It comes in a little pot and I just use it to prime my eyes in the shade Honey. It's definitely pigmented. It's going on.
Any ideas?
It's definitely a little bit more, I guess, orangey than I thought. Like, if you look in the pan, it definitely looks like a brown shade, but on the lid, it's more of like an orangey type shade, which I am not mad at all, because yes, looking at this palette, you're like, gosh, that's a million browns, but on the eyes, they are turning out different colors. It's like a surprise, you know? We'll see how that goes. Okay, so as far as blending, you guys could see like that blended out super well. No problems there. They do have a little bit of kick up. I will show you the pan. You can just see when you dip your brush, like there's some definite like fallout, like some just like powder, poof, but nothing awful. All right, so now let's go ahead with the same brush. This is the Wayne Goss 18. I'm gonna take that second peachy shade. Ignore my ugly fingernails. But yeah, if you guys can see, like as soon as you dip into it, you can definitely tell there's a dent. So I'm going to, there's quite a bit of like puffiness, but it's not a big deal. Well, we'll see if it's not a big deal. I don't want to say it's not a big deal and then have it be a huge deal. So I'm just blending that a little bit lower, and I really like peachy shades, so I'm really liking this shade actually a lot. Now going in with a different brush, a big fluffier brush, I'm going to go back into, let's try a different shade just to see. I'm just kind of blending colors on top so you guys can see the different shades, and too, I'm interested in them too. So let's go into this shade right here. Again, that looks like a orangey brownie type shade. And let's take this a little bit higher up. I'm gonna fill that lid space almost all the way to the brow bone. Well, there's a lot of pigment. A lot of pigment. It will be fine. All right, so I'm gonna bring that peachiness back. So I'm gonna go back in with that second shade right there and focus that more in the crease. This is probably gonna be like one of my favorite like shades of the palette. I just love that shade, and that would look so good just on its own all over the lid. So there we have it so far. Let's go ahead. I thought the fan was on, and I'm like, it's not. I'm so sweaty. Okay. I do want to use the darker colors just to see How does this show up? Next, I'm gonna grab this third shade in. It looks like a deep brown. Okay. And we're just gonna kind of stamp that on the outer corner. So I always kind of go up. I always go above my crease just to kind of lift my eyes a little bit. It's not as dark as I thought it was going to be, but like totally workable. It is the middle of the day, so I am going to go out. I'm not going out. I'm going to work after this, you know? So I'm okay that it's not too deep. Okay, just for shits and giggles, let's go ahead and use this shade right here. It looks like a magenta-y-ish brown. It's like a deep, like berry brown. It's actually really pretty. Okay, so we're gonna do the same exact thing, the tiniest bit, because I don't want to be looking all crusty. So I'm just gonna tap very lightly and tap it off. Kind of reminds me of the shade Snatched in Manny MUA's palette. That's what it reminds me of. Really pretty shade though. And very, very pigmented. I'm gonna go one more time. I'm going to just kind of blend this all in. It's definitely turning out a little bit darker than I thought it was going to be, which is okay. I don't mind that. Okay, I'm gonna do a half cut crease just because this did darken up so much, so I just want to make that eyeshadow pop a little bit more. I'm taking my NARS Creamy Concealer in Creme Brulee, and we are just gonna go halfway in. So I don't know why I've never bought a Kylie palette. I think I just always felt like they were kind of, it was always stuff that I already had. I mean, I literally bought the palette for that orange shade, but that's besides the point. But yeah, I mean, so far there hasn't been, the blue honey palette looked interesting to me, but then at the same time I was just like, I don't wear blues too often, so like I don't need that. So this is the first time where I was like, you know, let's just give it a shot. And so far, yes, the powdery, it does have kick up for sure, but it's not awful kick up, you know? So far, not bad. I'm not upset. We are gonna go in, oh, what do I wanna do? So I'm gonna try to use as many shades as I can, and tomorrow I'll do a bronzy look. Today, all right, I'm gonna use a few different shades. So I'm gonna go in with that on the outer half, which is a really pretty dark, like almost like a chocolatey brown shimmer. I'm always like, where does the bronze shade stop, you know? What's considered a bronze and what's considered like a brown? Gold, brown, and yeah, those three colors. I'm always just like, which one? What means what? I like that shade actually a lot. So we're gonna go in on both eyes, and then we'll wet it and see if it applies a little bit more metallic wet. So let's pick up some Fix Plus. I always end up spraying my lights whenever I do it like that, up in the air. I don't know why I keep doing it. All right, let's see what it can do. I think it is a little bit more, but it's not like, it didn't transform the eyeshadow, you know what I mean? It didn't like do anything crazy. It is a really pretty bronze-y type shade. I'm gonna say bronze-y. That's what I've decided. Okay, so now we're gonna take these really pretty gold, just like white gold color, and see if that's any different. So like I said, this is my first Kylie palette, so I don't know if her metallics, like, they just aren't very metallic, you know? But so far, like, they're good, don't get me wrong, they're not bad, but they're not like the best I've ever used. We're gonna spray the brush again, because I'm not that impressed right now. It's not showing up as vibrant. And if you saw like her, like the campaign photos, is that what they're called? It was like super bright, and it's not so bright on me. So what the hell? All right, let's dip back in. Okay, on this shade, it's definitely working much better with a wet brush. Yeah, you can definitely see that this one's a little bit lighter than this one, a little brighter. Don't judge my ugly fingernails. We'll go in with a, see, look how it shows up on your finger. So we're gonna try a finger. And just kind of see if that helps. I think it does. Yeah, the finger works the best as far as getting it to kind of pop a little bit more. It's still not like the best shimmer I've ever used, for sure. I'm still a little bit like, okay, you know, not bad, but also not my favorite. This brown shade though would be so pretty just on its own all over the lid. I just wanted to use different shades, you know? All right, I'm gonna do some liner and lashes and I will be right back. Okay, I am back. And so I did Lily lashes in the style Tease. So I have not used these before. They are different, but I do like them. And then for my liner, I did Kat Von D A Go-Go liquid lipstick. Just because I thought with the oranges, we're just gonna stick with that theme. So why not do something a little bit different? For the lower lash line, I'm gonna go in with Marc Jacobs eyeliner in, I can never find the shade, Earthquake. So if any of you guys have a recommendation for a yellow eyeliner, I've been on the hunt. I cannot wear like anything with glitter. I know Marc Jacobs has one that's yellow, but it has the glitter in it, and my eyes just turn bright red and I look awful. So I can't wear those or like Urban Decay ones. But if you guys have another one, I was really hoping they'd have it at like Sephora collection. Maybe I could find one at the drugstore. Maybe I'll get lucky. All right, so I'm just taking that about halfway. Okay, so for the lower lash line, I think I'm gonna take, ooh, let's take this lighter brown, like taupey shade. I'm gonna put that orange on top of it, so I don't need it to be too dark. I just want to smudge in the eyeliner. Smudge in, smudge out. Next, we're gonna take this shade down here, that orangey shade we used in the crease. And on a softer, fluffier brush, I'm gonna smoke that out a little bit. Yeah. My hair is gonna ruin it. Okay, I'm grabbing this little flat brush and we're gonna dip into that really pretty orange shade. I've been wanting to use you. Please don't disappoint me. I'm still going to wet the brush because I need to be extra, and I want this color to happen. This color better happen. This should be the palette. So now let's try to go in with this first shade right here for the inner corner. It's definitely more of a, there we go. So it looks gold. It has like a gold reflect. Sorry, my nose. Okay. You know what? We're just gonna do the finger. We're just gonna do it. I don't feel like waiting. Okay, we'll try with a brush. So this shade is definitely a lot softer, I would say, than the other ones. Let's go in the brown one. It's almost like a glitter top coaty shade. It's not necessarily like a super intense metallic type shade. What did I do to my face? Yeah, I don't know, I'm messing around in some face. So let's go ahead. We're gonna take that same shade that we use on the eyes, and we're gonna try that out as a highlighter, because I don't see why not. I do this now more and more, where I just try to use palettes for multi uses, you know? Because you might as well get your money's worth. And yes, that's perfect in me. So as much as I was like, I want this to be more intense, I finally feel like it built up on the eyes using my finger, but look how it turns out as a highlighter. I think that is perfect. I don't need, what I need is a headband. That's what I need. But yeah, I really like that as a highlight shade. So let's go ahead and do the lips. I did pick up one lipstick in the shade Miami. I've never tried her liquid lipstick, or matte, I don't know, bullet. That's what you call it. A bullet lipstick from her. There was a bundle and I liked all the shades in the bundle, but it was 75 bucks and I was kind of like, what if I don't like this formula? Like, that's a lot of money to spend on something that you're only gonna, you know, what if you don't like it? Then you're screwed. And like, that's still a lot. 75 bucks just to be like, okay, lips. And you guys know I love my lipsticks, so that's kind of like, slow your roll, buy one, see if you like it, and then you can order more if you want to. All right, so I'm gonna go in with the Kylie lip liner in Caramel. And yes, I did overline my lips because I like to. So, and two, I feel like if it's fitting in any video, it is a Kylie video. So this is the shade Miami. The packaging's cute. It just says Kylie on the bottom. I like that the cap seems secure, unlike the lip liners. And then when you twist it up, it says Kylie on the side. That's cute. So I'm gonna swatch it for you guys on the hand. There it is. So this looks like the most wearable shade to me, and I wouldn't say unique, but like, I just really like the shade. That's all. That's all it is. Or I think I like the shade. Yes. So it actually does feel, it feels good. Ugh, my nose would not run. But yeah, it does feel hydrating. And it, yeah. No, I like the formula. Okay. Okay. Okay, Kylie. Kylie lip products. I have a ton. I probably own more Kylie lip products than any other brand of lip products. I'm going to zoom you guys out and then we are going to talk about the palette. Okay, so I am back. I will say, so for the, I think the favorite of mine, I love the lipstick formula and I really like this color. I think it's like super, like in my purse, living in there. I love the color of this. 17 bucks, a little pricey, but same as like a MAC lipstick, so I do think it's going to be worth it as far as, you know, it feels good on the lips and I do love the color. I still don't regret not getting the bundle because that's just a lot to spend on lipsticks all in one. It's more like, you know, when I need that free shipping, I'll add one to my carts. As far as the eyeshadow palette goes, I was actually pleasantly surprised. Like I said, I've never tried any of her palettes, so I definitely like kind of put it out of my mind about the negative things that people always say and just was like, test it for yourself, see how it works, you know, all that good stuff. I will say there's definitely kick up I'll show you guys close up, but you can definitely tell the shades that I used today. Like there's a fair amount of kick up, and as long as you tap the brush, you're good. I would rather have shadows be too pigmented than not pigmented enough. So just go in with a light hand and you can definitely, they're super pigmented and buildable. And so I'm not going to complain about that because I'd rather have it not go the other way. It does look messy though, so I don't like that. You know, who likes to feel like they ruined something new, you know? The only shade that was a little bit weird was this first one. They do kind of move a little bit in the pan, so I would say packaging wise it could be a little bit better. Like the actual metal part, like the pan size like moves around. This first shade was a little bit more different than I thought. It's like more of that glittery shade. It's not like an actual metallic, which is fine. You can use it as a topper. As far as, let's see, I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I used 9 shades in the palette. So that's not bad for the, you know, I tried to do as much as I could, even though I really wanted to use that orange, but I decided not to. I will, well, I use it on the lower lash line, but I will definitely be doing a look with that orange. That'll probably be my next video, and use the other shades I didn't use. If you do not know me, or orange and black could look a little Halloween-y. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But if you've never watched my reviews before on any palettes, I always use them again in the next video because I don't think you get, yes, this is a first impressions, but how do you review a whole palette when you haven't used all the shades? So I always try to do another video after that to go more in depth about what I think overall. Would I say that you need to run out and grab this palette? No, but there were shades, I'm not mad either. You know what I mean? I'm not disappointed. There are definitely shades that I really, really liked. Like this second orange shade, I don't have that type of shade in my palette. So it is such a pretty orange shade. And I think all over the lid or just in the crease with some lashes, like my kind of look. So overall, I'm not upset. Like I said, I do want to use this orange. I'll do another swatch. Yes. I just want to use that orange like all over the lid, the shimmery one. But yeah, the metallics aren't the best I've ever used. The mattes blended out amazing. No problems there. Everything was pigmented. It does look very brown when you look at it. Like you're a little bit like, that does not look like the most interesting palette ever. But I still feel like I can get a lot of use out of it. It has a lot of neutrals. It does have those pops of, you know, color in there, even though it doesn't look like it does. But that orange is like super vibrant. Like I would not say that that's, you know, belongs in like a matte palette. So yeah, I would say if I had to rate it, I would give it like a 8 out of 10. You know, for what it is. I knew what shades I was getting into. Like I said, with this packaging, she probably could have had a yellow shade in here, you know, why not? But yeah, I would say if you are a neutral person, you would like this palette. If, you know, if you already have something like it, then save your money. But yeah, I'm not upset at all. I'm pretty happy. I'm really happy about the lipstick. And the orange shades were definitely my favorite. So stay tuned because I will do another video using this palette and use kind of mostly the oranges probably is what I'm going to do. But you do have this, you know, nice black and that maroon shade. So, you know, I think these two, I'll swatch them for you right next to each other. I don't know if we needed 2 shimmery bronze shades, you know? You could have added a different color in there. But I knew what I was getting into. So overall, I did like the palette. If you like these colors, I don't think you'll be disappointed. If you were kind of like meh about the palette, then, you know, maybe there will be a next one. Who knows? So I know she comes out with a lot of palettes, but this was the first one I got. And yeah, maybe let me know what palettes of hers that you guys like. If you guys have ever picked up anything from her eyeshadow line, I would like to know. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Make sure to hit that notification bell, and you will see me use this palette at least one more time. So if you want more in depth to see what the other shades look like, then make sure to be notified. Bye guys, thanks so much for watching.
I don't know why did I wear a bodysuit? Like, one, you can't even see, you can see the straps of my shirt, you can't even see, like, my shirt. So one, I don't know why I get, like, so nervous about what to wear, because I'm like, you can't see it. And two, it's a bodysuit, so it's got that thong, and it's been up my ass the entire freaking video. As far as my face goes, my face has all these dry patches on it. I think the retin-A is just making my face like super dry and flaky. So that's been fun. But I don't care. I don't care. As long as it helps it, I'm just like, do what you gotta do. I might give my face a little bit of time to heal. But yeah, my makeup is just not going on as normal as it used to. Like, there's definitely like dry areas of skin, and I've been moisturizing and all that stuff, and yeah, it is what it is.